Yeah, that was good. Refreshing. Greetings, Moonbats and other YouTubers. That was a really good salad. Trying to compensate for some bad habits. While I was up in Bumblebee, I gained 15 pounds. So I've been trying to eat a little bit lighter and, you know, trying to enjoy some things that I like to eat, but in moderation, so that I can get back to fighting weight. I've lost about 5 pounds, I think, so far, since I've been up here in Pawnee National Grasslands, or down here. I guess it depends on your perspective. So I'm still feeling bad, man. I did something with my shoulders, and I think it was from, like, late nights. I'd be in bed with my phone, and I'd be holding my phone up with my arm like this and using this side of my body, and the last time I did that, I could feel it tighten up and everything. So I kind of put everything away and went to bed. And man, in the morning I woke up and my shoulder was just stiff, and it's been about a week and a half. So I must have really done some damage to the muscles back there. It's still hurting me, and during the day it's not too bad. It's manageable. I can get around, and I can't lift this arm at all. It's really weak and it hurts. So I find myself doing this a lot, to put my left hand somewhere where I want it to go. It's kind of funny. But I read up on it, and I guess it can take up to like 10 weeks or more, sometimes 6 months, depending on the severity of the damage that was done to muscles. So it's hard to believe that holding up a phone could cause that much damage, but you never know. So I've been trying a number of things: stretching, resting and not using it all, trying to exercise. I tried taking pain relievers. During the day it's not bad. Like I said, it's manageable, but at night, man, it really flares up. And I haven't slept good in probably a week and a half, because I like to sleep on my side, and I can't roll over and do that. It's just really painful. I mean, I had a kidney stone about maybe 25 years ago, and man, that was a painful experience. It went on for days, like 3 days. This is worse than that kidney stone. At night, it's worse than the kidney stone in terms of the level of pain, and the fact that it's lasted a week and a half. It's really kicking the snot out of me. So I'm tired and probably grumpier than usual, and I've been trying to just kind of hang around camp and not do a whole lot, and occasionally just kind of stretch those muscles, not too much, just kind of pull them out a little bit. But anyway, enough whining about that. I go to a doctor. I have Medicare now, but it's $4,500 deductible. This is going to get me up on a soapbox. So they take $135 of a very limited income from me every month to pay for Medicare. And you know what? I think that's $135 a month is reasonable if I can use the insurance. It's got a $4,500 deductible. I will, for me to go to a doctor, I got to be on death's door. I mean, I'm getting close with this shoulder, I'll tell you. But $4,500 for me is a lot of money. That's, like 4 months of income. Well, not quite that much, but it's a lot. And so basically I'm paying for insurance that I can't afford to use because the deductible's so high. Government of the people, by the people, for the people. I just don't feel those dynamics going on right now. But anyway, enough of that soapbox. So anyway, I'd go if I didn't have to pay money for it, because I don't have any. At least not right now. It's been kind of a tight month. I'm up here waiting for my grandchild to be born. Got my shirt on, Peanut. He's 3 days late. We know he's a boy, and he's 3 days late. So let's hope that doesn't, set a standard for the rest of his life. And, you know, I wanted to do some stuff for my girls while I was here, so I threw caution to the wind and you know, got some stuff for the new baby that's coming, and helped out Rachel a little bit with some stuff, and you know, and I love doing that, and I'm happy to do it. But you know, I'm at a point now where I've got just enough. If I wanted to head to New Mexico, let's say the baby's born tomorrow, and I spend a couple of days, and you know, loving on him, and start to head south, I've got just enough to get me down to Quartzsite, and a little bit of extra, so I can buy some groceries when I get there. So you know, I just don't have it. I don't have the money to go to a doctor. I wouldn't anyway, even if I had the money. Even if I had unlimited resources, I don't think I would go, just because of the principle of the thing. You know, I don't know. I had this conversation. How did I get back up on that soapbox? I thought I stepped off of that. I just think it's wrong. Still in Pawnee National Grasslands, obviously. Window's working great. I love my window. I've been getting these moths in here, cutter moths. I don't know if you guys know what those are. They're, I have no idea how they're getting in. I mean, I close the door at night when I turn the light on in here, because they're attracted to light, right? Excuse me. So I close this door, and they still get in. The door is sealed. I mean, it's watertight. The window has a screen over it, and I leave the window open a crack, but there's no way for them to get through that screen. There's no openings. I have no idea how they're getting in. If they get in during the day and they just kind of hide out until nighttime and then they come out and party or whatever or what. But I probably spend about, an hour, maybe two, after I, come in for the night and close my door, dispatching cutter moths. I mean, they're pretty much harmless, but they'll eat your clothes, and at night, I'll watch Netflix, for my evening entertainment, and the phone is the only light in the room because I'll have everything else off and dark. So they'll fly at my phone, and it's just like, that freaks me out. And they'll bump into me, into my face, and everything else. So anyway, cutter moths, got to get rid of those guys. And this isn't the only place I've seen them, but Colorado gets them really bad about this time of the year, cutter moth season, and they're here in numbers, that's for sure. Let's see, what else is going on? Oh, the refrigerator. I did, some of the segment of the salad, I kind of had you in this refrigerator, and man, I got to tell you, this was $30. I think I've said that in earlier videos. This was a $30 Peltier ice chest. Peltier is a solid state refrigeration device. Runs directly off of 12 volts. They're not terribly efficient, but this one will get 40 degrees below ambient. So, it's been keeping my stuff really cold. The only gripe I have is that in the afternoon, I'm usually at about 13.1, 13.0 volts after a good day of sun. And then the solar goes off. And then I'll have this steep dive for a while down to about 12.7. And it levels off there. 12.7 is considered by many to be a full battery. And so it levels off at 12.7. And then it'll continue to taper through the night. And then in the morning, I'll wake up, system off. So that means nothing running, nothing charging. System off, 12.2 volts. So I use 0.5 volts overnight with this thing running, my fan running, charging my phone a couple of times to watch Netflix, using a light a couple of times, and I still have about 12.2 in the afternoon, which is, a couple of tenths of a volt above empty. I think 12 volts is generally considered empty by most folks. That's the marker I use. So I call a good day of good sun, 13.1, steep curve down to 12.7 when I turn everything on, and 12.7 being 95% full, and then a slow taper towards 12.2 in the morning, sometimes 12.1 if I haven't had great sun. But, so this refrigerator is by far the biggest use of my power. But it gets cold enough where I can put a 5-pound bag of ice in there, and it will last for 4 or 5 days. And with the added cooling power of the ice, I put it in a little plastic, like Tupperware thing, so water doesn't melt into the bottom of the ice chest. And it'll freeze water, even on a 90-degree day. That little ice chest will freeze water. For a $30 investment, I've gotten my money's worth out of that guy. I mean, I've been able to eat fruit, fruit and fresh vegetables, tomatoes and lettuce. I bought a head of lettuce, and I've been using that. I find that buying a head of lettuce rather than the chopped lettuce in the bags, the lettuce will last longer because I can peel off the outside, and then I have a fresh layer. And as long as I eat it once a day or once every other day, that lettuce will stay fresh, and it'll last me about a week. The problem is that now that I'm buying fresh food, so tomatoes, onions, lettuce, apples, other things, I still have this mindset that, even refrigerated, it's going to go bad. So I feel like I have to eat it. I think that's how I ended up gaining the 15 pounds up in Idaho, is just I felt like I needed to eat all of this food before it went bad. At least that's my working theory. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, by golly. So, what else is going on? Let's see. Oh, I've been talking to Andre, and he was going to swing by here, but he's got some stuff he's got to take care of. So we'll probably meet up in Quartzsite unless he gets done early, and I'm still here. Kind of hinges on what the grandbaby's going to do. My goal right now is to stay here until the grandbaby's born, spend a couple of days, and then head south and spend a couple of days exploring that area. Have someone who watches the channel that's been praising the area and recommending that I camp there. So I'm going to check it out, see what it's like, and then I'm going to head down to Quartzsite after that, and probably kind of camp out and away at least through the warm months, and then as it starts to cool off, I'll probably move back in towards the mainstream of Quartzsite, camp over by Larry and Andre and all the rest of the folks that I've grown attached to over the years. And I've been talking to Steve. He's back out on the road. Awesome dude. So that's good to hear. Hope to see you down there. I've already got my ticket for Jamie's van build. He's charging this year. And I don't blame him. I think, it's a pretty big expense to manage an event of that magnitude. And, he's been asking for donations to help pay for it. And every year he ends up in the hole. So this year he's just decided to charge for it. I think the ticket price is going to be a little expensive for some folks. It was a little steep for me even, but I think the event was worth it. I don't need anything built. Last year I went to kind of offer my services, but there were more people than there was work to do, and I kind of felt like I was more in the way than I was a help or anything. But so anyway, I'm just looking forward to getting back down there and meeting some new folks and watching the event unfold and all of that. And that's going to be November 8th, same place it was last year off of Shea Road, I think. Unless something changes, which, can happen. And then I'm also looking forward to RTR 2020 in January. I haven't seen any details on that. So that's kind of, the plans for the foreseeable future. I'm going to try really hard to just kind of hang in Quartzsite, except for those 2 events and maybe a couple other things. I want to get into California to see my son and my dad. And other than that, I think I'm going to try and hang really, really close to Quartzsite and save some money up. I've found property all over, well, not all over, mostly on the west, in Washington and a little bit in Oregon, some in Northern California, some in the deserts of Southern California, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado. That's in the price range and the size of property that I would like to have. I'm not going to throw any numbers out there, but I'm looking for something very specific that I can buy and if I can, camp on it for, at least some period of time. Some of the places, particularly Southern Colorado, you can camp for 14 days in a 90-day period. and then you have to leave. And I think you've got to, I'm not sure if you have to leave the area and then come back, or what the stipulations are on that. Other areas don't have those kinds of impacts, or if they do, they don't enforce it. I'm not quite sure, but my goal is to then build a small house. I'm not going to use tiny house because that has a different kind of connotation to what it means. It's not going to have wheels on it. It's going to be 2-coat on a foundation, septic tank, probably have a cistern for water. Going to have solar, absolutely. So it'll be pretty much off-grid. It'll be completely off-grid. I hope to have sufficient soil quality and sunshine and water to be able to grow some food. Not a lot, at least not in the beginning. And move more towards a self-sustained, because I'm not going to be able to travel forever. At some point I'm going to have to stop, and so wherever I buy and whatever I do, that's where I'm going to stop at, and then try to live in a kind of a homestead kind of lifestyle, self-sustaining kind of lifestyle, or maybe, I don't know, transition travel. My cousins travel every other year, so they grow a crop one year and harvest, and then they travel the next, grow, harvest, travel, grow, harvest, travel. That sounds like a great plan. I like that plan. So, all right, this has already been a long video. I've gone past 12 minutes and had to restart it, as you probably noticed. And then I've got some other stuff from the salad that I made earlier today. And I think that's all I've got to share today. Took a couple of pictures of a sunset. Yes, a beautiful sunset. Maybe I'll include those at the end of this after I stop yakking here. So, bless you guys. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for stopping by and leaving comments. And some of you are getting ready to come out on the road. Man, looking forward to meeting you. Be sure to keep tabs and come knock on my door. Say hi. So, all right. Enough said. Later.